This is our corner stretch. Let's cover what we're stretching first, because sometimes this is really common that we overstretch in this position. We're aiming for our pec, right in between our shoulder and our heart, that region, that meaty tissue right here. We're not looking to overstrain our shoulder joint. So when we get into this position, we'd like to get to where the elbow is just above the shoulder height. Remember, when we get into this position, don't bring the shoulder up, but we'd like to work it up here so that way we're getting the pec minor. That creates a lot of problems, especially with our postural balance oftentimes. However, when you get it up there, you can sometimes experience numbness and tingling in the fingers. And if that's the case, don't force through that. Bring the elbow a little bit further down until you're not getting those symptoms. And over time, as we loosen up, we'll be working the elbow up so you can get into that position without any numbness and tingling. So we'll find a corner. Now, when we find this corner, we want to get a nice, good, neutral posture. You actually get closer to the corner than you think. You're not way out and leaning far in. You're getting relatively close. Forearms and hands, palms up against the wall so you're nice and supported. Elbows up. And then a trick is to step into the wall. It keeps you from leaning with your belly button. We want to lean from the heart. So we get in this position, step in, and then don't drop your head. Keep your head nice and neutral and fall from the heart. You should feel a nice stretch in that area we just showed. Again, find that 3 to 5 out of 10 intensity. Hold that for a minute, nice and relaxed. Use your breathing cues, melt into that stretch. That feels really good and should be landing in that front of the pectoral area. Again, don't worry about getting so far back and don't crank into the shoulder. Shoulder doesn't like that. Now, the hardest thing about a corner stretch sometimes is finding a corner. If you really can't find one, we can use a doorway, but you got to be really good with your technique. Again, we don't want to overstrain. A lot of times our pec gets tight and the front of our shoulder capsule actually moves too much, so we don't want to go beyond that. We just want to land it here. So if you get up into that doorway, same thing, get your pad of your hand up, elbow up as high as you can comfortably get it just above the shoulder height. And then now I'm just going to slowly turn in. Don't shoot it and try to overreach it. Really feel that big aggressive stretch. That's too much. I'm going slowly, leaning into it. Find my 3 to 5 out of 10. Opened up into that front pec area, and I'll hold that for a minute. So that's our corner stretch and our doorway pec stretch. Again, be good on technique here because overreaching can actually aggravate the shoulder. We want you to get the benefit of the stretch without hurting the shoulder.